good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Brian's at the wrong track. We're definitely not at Atlanta. We're here at Knockhill, round 6 of the 2026A NASA Rallycross Contenders season. And the main question is if Kevin Garcia can continue this winning streak that he is on after winning in Brands Hatch, having an issue in Daytona, and the first 3 rounds of the championship, he won those as well. With Brian Sawyer in the production truck, pressing all the wrong buttons, and also next to me in the comments box, my name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. And I was looking through points as we get rolling. Now we're at the right track. Brian knows where we're at. I looked through points, and there is no Kevin Bolland tonight, Mr. Sawyer. That means Matt Grove is essentially second in points, 26 back from Kevin Garcia. How are you, and what are you thinking about that?
Hey, yeah. Surprising that he's not here this evening, given he is in second. So excited to see if Grove can make something happen and capitalize on that absence. Yeah, looking forward to a good night at Knockhill. Hopefully we keep it low on the flip count, because this is notorious for being a flip count track. But yeah, looking forward to some good racing tonight.
As this circuit, aforementioned this week, Knockhill, first race by NASA in 2022. 6 corners defined by the immensely bumpy dirt section. We will talk about that all evening long. Tire barriers on both sides, basically like a street circuit. Joker is a longer lap, very high risk, because the braking zone for the final corners is in the middle of that Joker line. So it's going to be phenomenal to see how these guys are going to commit blindly and avoid the massive wrecks we've seen throughout the seasons. I remember last season, I crashed on the Joker merge when there were 23 cars for that Contenders race. It's going to be super fun. In NASA Rallycross, after open practice, we will head to single car 3-lap qualifying. Top 8 will receive bonus points, 8 down to 1. That'll set the field for our 5-lap heat races. If you win your heat, you're straight to the feature. No drama, 2 bonus points. If you don't, you are sent to the semifinal rounds. Those are also 5 laps in duration. The top half of that race will advance to the feature. Top 3 earn some extra points, and it'll set the stage for our 10-lap feature race. And unique to NASA Sim Racing, 2 Jokers taken all evening. Just want to remind everybody that NASA Rallycross Contenders on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WC Games, and thank you to Andrew Cardinale IV for camera support all season, and also by Alex Abetti, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. Mr. Sawyer, as we are doing things out of order like the true professionals we are, can we take a look at points and upcoming programming before we head to qualifying?
Absolutely. We'll look at upcoming programming first. Because this Thursday we got SimCar Porsche Cup Series making its start. Round 1 at Spa. That's going to be Thursday at 8:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be you, Alex Larson, maybe somebody else. We still got to figure that out. And I'm going to be driving a car, so that will be fun.
Don't crash.
I haven't put a lot of practice in yet, so I got the rest of the week, but this is going to be a very busy week. This Sunday, we got Sunday Night Lights, round 3 of the April season, going to be at Winton. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Sunday, I think that one is that one me? Or no, that one's, I just did.
I drove last week.
So yeah, it's going to be you and Alex Larson. And then we're back here next week, same time, same place for Barcelona. Going over
Inside
the points,
baseball, real quick. The timing's broken, and I can't pay attention as you go over this.
I don't know what you mean the timing's broken.
What did you do? Go ahead.
I don't know what you mean the timing's broken.
I'll try and fix it.
Yeah, that's a you thing. Anyway, Kevin Garcia, Kevin Bolland, the 1 and 2. Matt Grove, though, with Kevin Bolland's absence, looking to jump up into that second place. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it with Kevin being able to use a drop week tonight. Darren Canfield, Garth McDade, Clinton Funk, Joe Pascucci, Matt Kingsbury, Josh Mertz, and Travis Seymour are the top 10. Going over to the teams, KLR Pink Fury, top of that standings with 244 to Control Z's 169. Slapex 139, Blue Thunder, JC Academy, Slapex Racing VW, Dirt Esport, MRT, Slapex again, and move over at Speedy Time, top 10. Manufacturers, same old song and dance, Subaru, Ford, VW.
Terrific. To elaborate on the issue that I'm having, that is clearly a me issue, the timing link that we normally put in our chat, which isn't there, that's what I clicked and it broke. And I can't pay attention. Oh, it's fixed. I don't know what you did, but I can see people now. Terrific. So, through practice, Matty Grove fastest. Kevin Garcia hasn't set a lap yet, but we are set to head to qualifying. And last week in Brands Hatch, that was a brawl and a half. It was the matter of, are you going to crash and suffer terminal damage, or are you going to crash and suffer terminal damage? Because I think, Brian, everybody, at one point or another, last week in the Contenders race, had damage on their cars.
Yeah, it was like some people just didn't even want to finish the race last week.
So we will head to qualifying with Matty Grove about 0.8 up on Darren Canfield, but Kevin Garcia didn't set a lap time, so I'm curious to see what the man from New Mexico will set in qualifying, as he has won every seeding round this season except for Brands Hatch last week when Matt Kingsbury stole that one away, but Kingsbury's 1.2 seconds off the fastest time in practice. First car on track, Clinton Funk in the 122. Down the hill to turn 2. You want to grip that grass as best as you can. Obviously, don't run like that because you get essentially stuck in the dirt, and we'll talk about it all night. This dirt, to break the fourth wall, it grips up like the other dirt sections of these tracks do. But Brian, the texture doesn't go away. So it's a gamble on, am I going to have grip or am I going to slide out? Because I can't tell the track's worn in.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell if the line's there or not. You just got to assume it's there. There's only really one line there, so it's not that big of a deal. There's not multiple racing lines, so you got to find which one burnt in or not. It's just make sure you're on it.
Down to turn 2. Funk misses the grass. Behind him's Garth McDade. McDade struggled as well in the 111. Everybody avoiding the grass in turn 2. McDade, Grove, and Funk. Funk through the dirt, missing the tires, and to the final corner goes the 122. Easy to lock up the brakes. We had Evan McFarlane in the World Championship Grand Prix last season crash on the opening lap, and Funk crosses the line. 38.1 is the benchmark. Matt Kingsbury across the line in the 21. 38.0. He goes to P1. What can Matty Grove run in the 4.72? He begins his first lap, and Kevin Garcia will begin his first lap. Let's ride on board the championship leader in the 505. And he gave it up. He bounced really bad in turn 2, and I was surprised he was able to claw that back. But the championship leader heading to the pit lane and losing a lap there. Clinton Funk 39.8. Kevin Garcia's back on track. Matt Kingsbury 38.0. He's on his second lap. And Matty Grove 37.2 for the former series champion at the top of the pile right now. Travis Seymour continues to struggle in the 144. He crosses the line to end his second lap, 40.216. Grove will round the final set of corners as we look at Kevin Garcia on his second lap. Kingsbury begins his third lap. The second lap did not count for him. And Kevin Garcia's first lap did not count like we talked about. So now he's on the back foot, trying to gain some time back. Grove has a second over Darren Canfield. Matt Kingsbury is 1.1 behind. Clinton Funk hanging tough there in the 122 in fourth. And Funk completes his qualifying run. Travis Seymour's done with his run. Garth McDade completing his final lap in the 111, crossing the line, 38.9. And Kevin Garcia has crashed on his second lap. Lucky for him, he did not cross the start-finish line, but I don't know, Brian, what that's going to do. He's pushing so hard, and that's the result.
Again. Looks like it's going to let him out again.
As Matt Kingsbury Kingsbury also crashed. Let's take a look at the 21. His car's not having a great time. He got wedged in the Jersey barrier as he was pushing so hard. You're going to have to go way back. You will have to roll it way, way back professionally to see what happened here. And he got into the grass, and very vicious accident is what I'll say.
Thank you.
So Darren Canfield done with his run. Kevin Garcia's got this third and final lap in the 5:05. Everybody else done with their runs. And Garcia has not set a lap time yet in the 5:05. Championship leader, won 4 of the 5 qualifying rounds this season so far. Matt Kingsbury's not going to do it either. So can the championship leader do it? Did he hit the wall?
I don't know. He's looking like he's really slow. I think he might think this is out lap, but this is showing as his third lap. So not sure. I don't think he's going to get a good lap time in.
I don't think it'll time it at all. Come to think of it, if it registered his third lap, no, it did. 37.651. Nowhere close. Matty Grove, P1 by 3/4 of a second. That's impressive. This is Matty Grove's first seeding round win, oh gosh, in a long time. I'm scrolling up the spreadsheet. I don't think he ever did. No, I don't think Matty Grove has ever won a qualifying round until tonight. So there's a first time for everything. And that'll be pole position. So Kingsbury can't run any laps. So now we just sit and relax for a few minutes. Brian, can you pull up those results real quick?
Yeah. And ask you to move your microphone 10 feet away from your keyboard, bud.
Listen. We are experimenting with my new setup, if you haven't seen. And clearly, it's bad.
We need a towel over your arms. Matt
I
Grove,
put my-
Kevin Garcia, Darren Canfield, Matt Kingsbury, Clinton Funk, Joe Pascucci, Garth McDade, Travis Seymour.
Is this better? We're going to do this live.
Whatever you're doing right now is okay if you're typing.
Really good. Well, I'm about to right now. Is this worse?
Oh, I can still hear everything.
Well, you got to blame Logitech, not a sponsor, and their mechanical keyboards. We are.
I'm gonna get you a membrane keyboard. I'm gonna get you one of those little like gummy roll-up ones.
I'll have 2 keyboards for my desk, one for broadcasting and one for not. Qualifying done and dusted. So we took a look at the results. I'll take a second peek. So it'll be Grove, Canfield, Funk, and McDade. Garcia, Kingsbury, Pascucci, Seymour. We know Matt's quick. Obviously, Kevin's quick. Canfield, I can't call this because if Garcia and Kingsbury have crashed, what's their true pace? That's the big unknown here. Just to remind everyone, if you like what you see tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform at ASN TV USA. You might be noticing some social media posts. We're getting that rolling. I have some spare moments, and we're putting some together, and we posted a short for the Sim Gaming Expo. We posted some promotions for our broadcast. Be sure to join the conversation. Hashtag ASN TV USA, hashtag NASA Rallycross. Except for Twitter, you have to put the asterisks or the underscores in. And asntvUSA.com for any and all information for our broadcast. If you'd like to race, we have something for everyone in 2026. Rallycross, Cross Car, Stage Rally, or GT3 with SimCar coming back into the fold. NASASimRacing.com for any and all information there as well. Just crossed 715 members in the Discord. That number continues to grow. ASN's numbers continue to grow. Thanks to everybody who has hung out with us, raced, watched, whatever it may be. We get set for heat number 1 in Scotland. Our grid looks like this. With the invert, Garth McDade on pole position, Clinton Funk, Darren Canfield, and Matty Grove. 5 laps, 2 jokers. You cannot take the joker off this first lap in Knockhill. So everybody will pile into those final couple of corners together. And we've seen some guys make mistakes where they forget and they joker on the first lap. As we await our pole sitter from qualifying Matty Grove, Heat number 1 for Contenders in Scotland. Green flag, off the line, bad start for Funk. He gets passed by Canfield and Grove down to the first corner. That gives McDade a clear run across Canfield, into Funk, and over is Matty Grove from pole position. A huge crash off the start in Scotland, and Grove to the semifinal. We talked about it, Brian. Flip counter. We don't want it. We got it right off the rip.
Oh, we're gonna be counting real hard.
And it's Canfield just came over, it looks like.
Funk hit Canfield, Canfield hit Grove, and then we got 1. A whole lot. 2. 3. Keep counting, Josh.
4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to see myself out now. Let's call it 8. I think I missed one. So let's call it 8 flips right off the rip for the 472. We talked about before last week how Matty Grove has had atrocious luck in every single facet, every way imaginable for the former series champion. He's going to add this to the book, unfortunately. And the 472 not only is last in this heat, but will be last in the semi-final. And Garth McDade continues to lead in the 111, out and away over Clinton Funk, and Darren Canfield in the 023.
Kind of is a time trial now. Everybody's separated by about 4 or 5 seconds between them.
If you're just joining us, be sure to roll the coverage back probably 2 minutes as to why the flip counter is 8. And we are, what time is it? 7:17 Central Time. 17 minutes into this cast, and we have 8 flips already.
Josh, we're two laps into the first heat of the first race.
Yeah, that makes it seem even worse when you put it that way, Brian. 3 laps to go for Garth McDade. I've ran heat races like this in both eras of NASA sim racing, where you have 4 or 5 cars, and it's then just a time trial, like you said. But when you either have a terrible qualifying run, or you have a terrible practice and you only run a few laps, very beneficial to have these 5 laps. Matty Grove is trying to get out of the pit lane. He has retired back to the pit box.
Yeah, I don't think
everybody
that
running their own
working.
races. No. McDade Jokers in the 111, locked up in that Subaru for KLR. We look at Clinton Funk for JC Academy.
We gotta see. Let's see if we can get a better look
Funk
at
around the tires. You're taking a second look?
Yeah, let me go see if we can get a better look at what happened there at the beginning.
I'm keeping an eye on live pictures for you. Well, that's Clinton
not
Joker.
the one we're looking for.
Thanks, iRacing.
That's the one we're looking for.
Oh, no, Canfield came over. I'm not entirely sure what happened.
Wrong button.
Oh, Brian, you are breaking everything. Let's do blimp. There you go. That's good.
That's what we're looking for.
Inside Baseball, new systems for Brian and myself tonight, so we're figuring it out as we go. So Canfield's top of the shot. Middle is Funk. Bottom of the picture on driver's left is Grove. Does Canfield just come over?
No, I think Funk started going for his turn.
And poor Matty Grove got hit, and then he bounced. And the bounce is what sent him. And the former champion. 8 flips. Mr. Sapphire Wolf, the funniest thing is that Matty Grove probably was doing that as he was flipping the car. We're on the white flag lap of heat number 1.
And we got a battle.
And for these, it's Clinton Funk and Darren Canfield. Canfield on the outside, hits the tires up front. Garth McDade winning heat number 1. A surprise winner from the inverted pole position, the only car to not hit anything. Clinton Funk in second. Third, Canfield. And fourth, big story of heat 1. Pole sitter in seating, Matty Grove. 8 flips in turn 1. It's conservative on the 8 flip counter, Jameson. I went to school in Northwest Indiana. I know chord and left turns. I don't know how to count. Our grid for heat number 2. On pole position for this one, Travis Seymour. Then it's Joe Pascucci, Matt Kingsbury, and Kevin Garcia. So we're 1 for 1 for the cursed grid spot of 4th place. And that's where Kevin Garcia is starting for this race. Heat number 2 in Scotland.
You know, if Jameson counted it, we'll give it the 7. We'll take away that extra flip.
I trust his counting better than mine. Green flag, off the line. Piscucci, better start, comes across in front of Garcia, backing way out Seymour. I think he got a jump start. Way wide is Piscucci. Here comes Kingsbury. Track goes the other way. Piscucci, off the road he goes. Garcia, a couple car lengths behind with Seymour into the tires, and around the 144 goes. Through the dirt, Matt Kingsbury, wide, clipping the tires, and nearly around he goes, but Garcia to the lead. Kingsbury comes back into Piscucci, and the left front's got to be demolished on that bug. He's going to have suspension damage, and he's not happy over the radio. Into the tires again for the 0-1-5. End of the first lap. Garcia leads. This time it's inverted, Brian. 4th place has a great start, and everybody else has issues.
Yeah, it's turning into one of those situations again where nobody wants to finish.
As in the pit lane is Matt Kingsbury in the 21. Piscucci trying to pressure Seymour, cuts the track. And hopefully we don't have more vehicular gymnastics from Joe Piscucci. Piscucci won the gold medal in that competition last week, not once, but twice in Brands Hatch. So we didn't get a chance to do this earlier due to Garcia's issues, or maybe we did. But we're going to ride on board and enjoy another lap, issue-free, hopefully, for the championship leader. That last lap for the 505, 37.081. And those other two guys ran a joker and had their incidents. So we'll see what it updates to now. 38.6.
Impressive run from Piscucci, though. He is he's up in second. He's up in second. Oh, Seymour just took a second joker. Okay, I thought Seymour hadn't taken one yet.
Seymour runs deep in turn 2 in the 144. And this track, we talk about it a lot, but I would say that Knockhill is really one that you are, of course, racing your competitors, but when the track grips up like we talked about and the texture doesn't change, and especially the tire barriers all around this circuit, it's really you versus the track. Piscucci Jokers in the 0-15.
Oh, Travis Seymour losing it.
He'll hold it. I think Seymour's going to exit. Piscucci gives him plenty of room and then some, goes to a different zip code, and holds the second spot with, we have to imagine, left front damage after that incident on the first lap with Matt.
Kevin Garcia here. Should be easy win for him. 16 seconds up before his final joker. Going to put him about 13 up coming out. Piscucci's going to be able to hold that. I think Seymour really shot himself in his own foot there, blowing that last turn a couple times. He had a decent gap on Piscucci, just kind of let it get away from him.
These cars are so hard to drive. Both the Beetle Light that you caught us yesterday for Sunday Night Lights and these supercars as well. And Kevin Garcia recovering from, you call it a bad qualifying. He qualified second, but final corner across the line for the championship leader. A couple more bonus points for him. An automatic ticket to the feature race. Joe Piscucci recovered well, like we talked about. A good run for the man from Michigan. He comes home in second. Seymour and Kingsbury also to the semifinal. We've learned vital things. I cannot move my sim rig and install a desk and expect everything to be working to drive like what happened last night. And you cannot move your studio upstairs and expect everything to work.
Hey, listen, I'm only on one of 3 microphones tonight, so.
C'est la vie. Our grid for the semifinal. Clinton Funk, Joe Piscucci, Darren Canfield, Travis Seymour, Matty Grove, and Matt Kingsbury. And the top 4 will transfer through to the feature race. We wait for Clinton's on grid. We're waiting for Piscucci in the 0-1-5 to grid. Another 5 laps, 2 jokers. Top 4 transfer out of the semi-final in Scotland. Green flag off the line. What a start from Canfield. Funk got swarmed by everybody down to the first corner. Piscucci on the outside. Canfield leads. Funk and Piscucci. Then it's Grove, Kingsbury, and Seymour down to turn 2. Piscucci all crossed up in the Volkswagen Beetle. Grove misses the grass, has to overcorrect it, nudges Piscucci just a bit through the dirt for the first time. Funk misses that first apex. He sits in second. You have to drive around these tire barriers, not be afraid of them as you drive these cars. Car length between them heading to the final corner for the first time in the semifinal. Canfield still leads. Funk misses the apex by about a car width. Joker, he thought about it, was Kingsbury. That would be a disqualification in the dirt eSport cars, there. In sympathy did Travis Seymour nearly Joker with his teammate. End of the first lap. Canfield leads Brian, and Funk and Grove battling for second.
Yeah.
Into the wall goes Clinton. Funk, sympathy, corner and turn 2.
Grove slammed on the brakes like he saw that coming. The move from him.
If sim racing was the real world, my checkbook would be hurting. I say that with love, Clinton. Another crash and another dose of bad luck for the 122. After he made the feature last week, I think, in that car. Easy to do here. Let's take a second look.
Did his car just stop working here once he hit? Yeah, I think his wheel is not on. Yeah, his wheel's not on the vehicle anymore.
He definitely broke the left front. Away he goes.
Matt Kingsbury and Joe Piscucci also had incidents. What happened here?
This is when,
nope, this is Kingsbury messing up in the Joker, having an issue. Piscucci, what happened to him? I think same thing, maybe.
Piscucci did the same thing. So what's interesting is Matt Kingsbury is a 2-time Grand Prix winner, and he might be missing this feature race. He won 2020A Wild West and 2022A Brands Hatch after Jacob Rafos was disqualified. And Kingsbury now, for the moment, he's in. But I don't know. It's a battle between the Dirt Esport boys. Seymour Jokers blows the final corner, but he takes the spot back. Where is Kingsbury in relation? Seymour's got it. Canfield leads. Piscucci in second. Grove leads. Forgot about Matt for a minute there. Apologies on that one. He jokers in the 472. Jokering is Piscucci. Exiting is Canfield. Grove holds it. 2 laps to go. Riding on board the 023 of Darren Canfield. And now they've got 1 joker left for each of them. Piscucci's done. Kingsbury and Seymour's got a joker left, so Kingsbury, if nothing goes wrong, will transfer by the skin of his teeth in the 21. Grove takes to the joker. Canfield follows Grove. And Piscucci done, but he hits the tires, all crossed up, he saves it. And Matty Grove takes the white flag. Piscucci and Canfield battling for second. Canfield takes the spot but runs it deep. And Piscucci takes the second spot. Can Canfield fight back? Hitting the grass perfectly in the exit at least was Piscucci. And it has been a tumultuous evening for the 015 Mr. Sawyer, but he sits in second in the semifinal. Checkered flag. Matty Grove wins the semifinal. He will start third. Piscucci deep misses the tires. Here comes Canfield. Canfield cuts the track. He will come home second tentatively. Piscucci third, despite that incident. And Matt Kingsbury will be the 4th car in the semifinal. He will grid 6th and last for the feature race, with Travis Seymour and Clinton Funk, the 2 odd men out for Contenders in Scotland. As our grid is set, we're going to step aside for just a couple moments and allow me to fix my microphone issue, but on the other side of the break, we go racing with Contenders in Knockhill.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
By
it.
side between these two in turn one, this is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. In the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. grip strip on the inside. Phil, Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rally's going to hold his spot.
NASA Rallycross Contenders on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams, and thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for camera support all season. And also by Alex Abetti, the former NASA Rallycross World Champion, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. If you like what you see tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform at ASN TV USA. According to Brian, we might even be on the dark web. If you ask him nicely, he'll give you that .onion domain. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone in 2026. All the info is at nasasimracing.com. Welcome back to round 6 of NASA Rallycross Contenders here at Knockhill with 2024B Lights World Champion Brian Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Let's take a look at our times in warm-up. Once I figure out how to operate a computer, Mr. Sawyer, what are we looking at? Kevin Garcia, 36.8. 7/10 up on Canfield with 2, let's call it, and a half minutes. What are we thinking?
I don't know, Josh. Not a lot of people have run practice laps here. I'm missing most of them. I want to see what kind of times Grove is putting down, but he's not on track currently. So it's hard to make a prediction, Josh. This track, we got a couple people out of position tonight, and turn 1's always a doozy.
I mean, we saw before they even got to turn 1 how that flip was interesting with Matt Grove. 8 flips, 7 flips off the start, and that was in heat number 1. So I don't know what to expect with this one. Take us through upcoming programming before we get rolling with the Contenders feature in Scotland.
Sure thing. Coming up this week, this Thursday, we got the the SimCar Porsche Cup Series. Could be at Spa Round 1. You and Alex Larson in the booth. Maybe somebody else. Not quite sure yet. 8:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then next Sunday, we got the Sunday Night Lights Round 3 of the April season. And that's going to be at Winton, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Josh Mertz and Alex Larson. Whole lot of Josh and Alex this week. Then same time, same place next week, we will go to the penultimate round, round 7 of the NASA Rallycross Contenders and World Championship Series, 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those as well. We're getting near the end, Josh.
I cannot believe I was at lunch today with Chloe. We were talking about NASA, and I told her we're on week 6 already. She looked at me like, "Are you serious? Are we already that far through the season?" It goes so quick, and I cannot wait to watch the World Championship split in just a couple moments. When we're done here with Contenders, don't go anywhere. It's going to be phenomenal with Kieran Lifflander 6 points down roughly in the World Championship after the insanity of turn 1 in Brands Hatch. Evan came from 7th on the grid to win that race. That one's going to be a doozy. Just a reminder as well, if you're new to NASA Rallycross, welcome in. The top 3 from this Contenders race will run in the World Championship. And Brian, I see you making fun of me in the chat. I've got 4 displays on this desk. My mic might not work very well, but I have 4 displays. I could see that very well. And warm-up is over. Kevin Garcia, the times didn't change. Arguably, in my opinion, I wouldn't run on this track because as it wears in, you'll get that muscle memory of that and completely forget the fresh track for the race in a couple of moments. Just reminding everyone, 2 jokers in these feature races and every race for NASA Sim Racing in 2026. And our grid for Contenders in Scotland, Garth McDade from last in qualifying to pole position, Kevin Garcia, Matty Grove, Darren Canfield, Joe Piscucci, and Matt Kingsbury. So
let's start high in the air, Josh.
You're going to, and I apologize if my settings are still a little wonky. We'll try and fix those before the World Championship split. I bring that up because we're going to be clicking through this field off the start, and the car that might be benefiting is Kevin Garcia with Garth McDade on his inside. Or he might be in a worse spot going into turn 1 with Garth McDade on his inside, and that's no disrespect to the 111. We'll just have to wait and see. 6 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers. Thanks for joining us tonight on ASN. Contenders in Knockhill, getting set to roll. Green flag in Scotland off the line. McDade had a great start in the very first phase, but he had wheel spin, and Kevin Garcia will lead us down to the first corner by a car length. Grove backs out of it. McDade is around in the 111. Can he save it? He hits Garcia. Garcia goes wide. Here comes Grove in the 472, nearly side by side in the dirt. No. Garcia closes the door. Canfield, Pascucci, McDade, and Kingsbury are running order through the dirt for the first time. That could have been much, much worse for the championship leader. Over the bumps, through the dirt, past the tires. No jokers on the start, and Matty Grove through the field up to second, rounding the final quarter, and Kevin Garcia now has to fend off the former series champion, Matty Grove.
Yeah, all things considered, Josh, it was a pretty clean start. Got a little archy-bargy, but nothing too crazy. Only Canfield really, he hit Garcia, knocked him a little wide, but made himself a little worse off.
As through the dirt, Garcia, Grove, Canfield, Pascucci, Kingsbury, and Garth McDade has crashed again. The left front of that Subaru gone. We have 5 cars left. Who will joker on the first opportunity? The top 2 do not. Canfield doesn't. Garcia wide in the final corner, and Joe Pascucci jokers. Is Kevin Garcia under pressure from the former series champion Riley Lane Shelby, watching dad and hubby Matty Grove try and fight for a second consecutive victory in the 472? Ford versus Subaru. Everybody talks, Brian, about the Subaru being overpowered, winning every single thing, and Matty Grove hanging strong in the Ford Fiesta in this field.
I don't know, Josh. Once you get to that long front stretch after a joker, the Subaru really shines.
Again, deep into the final corner goes Garcia. He's locking it up. It's so easy to do entering that penultimate corner. And it's terrifying because the tire barriers are solid like concrete, and you'll end up crashed very easy. Last lap for Garcia, 37.3. Last lap for Grove, 37.4. 10th between them. And the track might begin to rubber in. A little bit wider is Garcia. 3rd place is Canfield. We're not missing anything there. And Garcia continues to lead. It's about 6.5 tenths of a second from Garcia to Grove. When do we see strategy, Brian, is the main question. These top 2 yet to joker, so is Canfield. Pascucci's done with 1. Kingsbury has already taken his jokers in the 21.
Yeah, it looks like Kingsbury might be looking for like the reverse dark horse strategy. Try and get some clean lap time and have some people joker and fall behind him. Don't know how well it's going to work, but I think he might get at least Pascucci here. Maybe Canfield also. Might be able to make a 3rd place happen out of this.
It's a good strategy that I used to employ. We've talked about it before. You run the longer lap, get those out of the way, and then you can gather all the time back up. 0.3 of a second now between Garcia and Grove at the sharp end of the field. We take lap 5. We will be halfway through this feature race. No joker for Canfield either. Last time around, 0.2 faster was Grove than Garcia. Former series champion Matty Grove in 2023B. Reigning is the correct word. Words are hard for Kevin Garcia. Had trouble through the dirt. Here comes Grove to the inside. Garcia wisely jokers in the 505. Now we get some deviation, Brian.
I think that was the best choice he could have made. He was making this mistake coming out of there. Got a little wide, let Grove up next to him. There's no way he should have taken a regular track. Now he's stuck behind too. Is this Garth McDade he's behind? No, that's Darren Canfield he's stuck behind.
So Canfield has not jokered. Garcia behind Canfield. If I'm Grove, I'm immediately responding. There's no way that and he doesn't respond. Locks it up.
If I'm Garcia, I'm taking my next one if Canfield doesn't go.
Follows. Canfield jokers, though. This is terrible for the 505 with Canfield yet to take his second bit of strategy. Now he's stuck behind him. I'd be kicking myself if I'm Kevin Garcia.
He's not stuck. He's not that bad stuck behind him. He's not like pushing. Well, now he is.
Yeah, 9 seconds.
Now he's getting real caught up.
KLR versus Control Z Racing through the dirt. A couple car lengths between him. Canfield deep. Does he hit the tires? No. Grove, no Joker again for the 472. Does Canfield Joker? Yes, he does. He removes himself from the equation, and the gap is 10 seconds. Actually, no, sorry, 11 and a half from Grove to Garcia. Once it updated, that might be too much for Garcia to claw back.
Yeah, that's a
Battling on the exit.
Gap.
This is for the podium between Canfield and Kingsbury. Kingsbury to the inside, late on the brakes is the man from Connecticut, and he makes it stick. What a move into turn 2. You rarely see those cleanly. That was, I think, as clean as you can get.
It was a very good choice. Very good call from me, if I do say so myself. I think with that double Joker
Garcia,
at the beginning.
final corner. Nearly into the tires. He is pushing for all he's worth, sorry, Brian, to try and get this gap back. 8 seconds between Grove and Garcia with 2 laps to go.
Perfectly okay, Josh. I'm just patting myself on the back.
That's okay. That's all we do here at ASN, right? Is just talk about our own teams and our own drivers and our own ideas. I'm kidding. We're having a good time. Thanks for joining us. And it's going to get even better in about 20 minutes when the best of the best of dirt road rallycross on iRacing take to the track. Matty Grove Jokers in the 472 to complete his strategy. The man from Pennsylvania, former series champion. Kevin Garcia, final corner, no contest. 1 lap to go. Anything can happen, but Matty Grove barrel rolled in the sand on lap 1, right here of heat number 1, after setting pole position. Missed out on the 2 bonus points, but he won his semifinal, so arguably he has a better opportunity with points-wise through the dirt. Trying to get 2 wins in a row and win number 4 for Matty Grove. I'm not sure what the good luck charm is, my friend, but keep it. Final set of corners. It is P1 again, 2 in a row for Matty Grove, or 2 this season rather, in Knockhill. And Kevin Garcia comes home in second. And Matt Kingsbury has crashed in the final corner and loses the podium.
Ugh.
Canfield third, 4th Kingsbury, 5th Pascucci, 6th Garth McDade. Locked it up. So, Mr. Sawyer, just so everyone is aware, I know you know, I'm going to step away to handle the World Championship Drivers meeting if you want to handle all this.
Absolutely. We'll see if Matt Grove pulls up. See what we can do for points while we wait for him. We just got to type a bunch of names in real quick. We got Grove. Let's pull up the results so it makes sense what I'm reading. We got Matt Grove P1, Garcia P2. Can't find my keyboard. Canfield P3, Pascucci P4, Kingsbury 5, and McDade 6th. See, I got Matt Grove here.
Woo!
Hi, Maddie.
FYI, you guys are muted.
Yeah, that would probably help if you could talk to me.
Yeah,
Matt
buddy.
Grove. Been a
How's
hot
it going?
minute.
It has,
What, you
brother.
want to feel like you won a race not too long ago?
Yeah, what was it? 3 races ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3 races ago. Welcome back. Nice to talk to you. How are you feeling about that one? You had
My
a good job in
Lord.
qualifying, and you almost got sent over the wall in
So-
your heat.
So, per the usual, when I do good in qualifying, I expect nothing good to happen from there, because for some reason, I can't quali to save my life. And then I seen all of a sudden that I was leading at the end of practice and the end of quali. So I was like, dude, I got this tonight. Internally, I was like, I got this, dude. I go down, and obviously I race in VR for anybody that doesn't know. Going down the start for the first race, I looked over and I see Clinton coming over the top of my car. And I was just like, oh my God, I yelled in frustration. I watched the replay. My apologies to anybody that didn't like what I said in chat. I love you guys all. Everybody in the league. Racing's racing. It does happen. But then dude, that LCQ, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm on the leader and I started last. So I just put my head down. I knew with Kevin on the pole and Joey Piscuzzi behind me, I knew that I had a good shot at getting through the start of the start of the feature clean. And I just put my head down, made sure I listened to you for once on the strategy not to burn your Joker at the end here. I miscounted my laps, as you can see, obviously. I wanted to go 8 and 9 instead of 9 and 10. But dude, I love this track. This is my favorite track on the service. I'm just glad to get into the feature and get out there and get a race in. Last week was frustrating. It feels good to be here talking to you.
Yeah, you did an excellent job. You just kept it calm, cool, and collected. We're able to hold it together. I think finish rightfully where you deserve to. P1 in qualifying. Really didn't get to see you in the heat. Great job in the LCQ and a great job in the feature. Before we get you over into the supercar race, is there anyone you want to thank for your Contenders win this evening?
Definitely, man. I want to thank my wife, Shelby, Riley, and Lane, the kids. I think they're still awake watching. So I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with me putting time in the rig, even though I don't really drive anymore except on race nights, which is not as fun as it used to be, but it's summer and we're making memories with the family. So that's all that really matters. Shout out to TWRS. I forgot them last time I was on the box, just in the excitement in the moment. Huge shout out to Eric and the things that he is doing over at TWRS for him and James and collectively as a whole. Those guys are crushing it. So I just want to thank them for the opportunity to still support their setup shop. TWRS.com, I do believe. We'll get you there. If not, feel free to hop in NASA. www.nasasimracing.com. Get off the couch, get in the sim rig, come out and race with us. Let's pack these races so it's not just 6 and 7 cars a night. I want to thank the good Lord. Without him, I wouldn't have woke up today and got to do anything. So big shout out to him taking care of me. Shout out to Ebensburg Yamaha. They write my paycheck, so without them, I wouldn't be paying the bills. Shout out to NASA, of course. Huge shout out to ASN. You guys make these broadcasts look amazing. I show them to people at work and they're like, dude, what is this? I'm like, it's just what we do for fun. You guys crush it with everything and how it looks and all the live scoring and everything. So thank you for doing that. Shout out to Kevin, Joey. You guys drove good tonight. It's a pleasure as always to drive with you guys. So here, we're going to go put it in the Supers race and see if I can keep up with Kirtley.
Yeah, well, nice to have you, Matt. We'll see you over in the Supers race in a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. We'll see you soon.
We're going to get you on out of here. All right, we'll take a look over at points real quick. Exiting this evening, Kevin Garcia maintains his lead with 172 points. Matt Grove and Darren Canfield, big winners this evening, 150, 134. Kevin Boland not showing up, drops 2 positions off the podium down the 4th. Unfortunate for him. Garth McDade, Clinton Funk, Joe Pascucci, Matt Kingsbury, Travis Seymour, and Josh Mertz down to last. Over the team's points, KLR Pink Fury at the top there, 266 to Control Z's 201. Slaypex Racing up 1 position. KLR Blue Thunder down 2. JC Academy, Slaypex VW, Dirt Esports, MRT, Slaypex, and Move Over It's Speedy Time are your top 10. Over in the manufacturer, same standings, a little different points. VW finally cracking 100 points, up to 110. 204 for the Subaru. Fiesta in second with 176. We're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes for the supercar race.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and
Side by
holds
side
it.
between these two in turn one. This is gonna get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Open the 26. He has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold the spot.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
By
it.
side between these two in the terminal, this is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Over in the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to hold his spot. Last week in England, Evan McFarlane hit trouble in his heat race after yet another seeding round win, but the four-time world champion overcame the incredible odds and fought through the traffic from 7th on the grid to take the victory, his second in a row. His championship rival, Kieran Lifflander, wasn't as lucky. The reigning world champion was caught up in a first-lap, first-turn incident, relegating the South Carolinian to a 7th place finish, losing the red plate in the process. Knockhill is the site of Evan's first lap crash in the final corner last season, however. Does history repeat itself? We'll find out together tonight. The Scottish Grand Prix is next. Our track this week is Knockhill Circuit, first raced by NASA in 2022. It features 6 corners and is defined by its brutally bumpy dirt section, lined by the tire barriers like a Rallycross street course. The Joker is longer but high risk, with the braking zone for the penultimate corner in front of its entry, forcing drivers to commit blindly and avoid massive crashes potentially, just to survive the lap. In NASA Rallycross, after open practice, we head to single-car 3-lap qualifying. The top 8 receive bonus points, and that'll set the grid for our 5-lap heat races. You win your heat, straight to the feature, 2 bonus points. The rest are sent to the semifinals, also 5 laps. The top half of those races will advance, with the top 3 earn some extra points, and that'll set the stage for our 10-lap feature race. And unique to NASA Sim Racing, 2 jokers are taken all evening. The 34th NASA Rallycross World Championship continues tonight, live on the Automotive Sports Network. With 2024B Lights World Champion Brian Sawyer in the production truck, also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz, as NASA and ASN are proud to welcome you to the 10th running of the Scottish Grand Prix. The NASA Rallycross World Championship on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you, Andrew Coronado IV, for camera support all season. And also by former Words Are Hard NASA Sim Racing champion Alex Sabetti, producer of that wonderful theme music that we just heard. Mr. Sawyer, 3 rounds left, an incredible drive from 7th on the grid for McFarlane. Kieran crashed. How are you, and what are we thinking?
Hey, Josh. Feeling pretty good this evening. The boys are looking really tight on lap times this evening. 700 separate these two right now. Dallas DeBard doing pretty good. Who's in third, though? My timing's out of order. Carter Gosh. Carter Gosh really making a run.
Dallas DeBard P3.
Yeah, these two are really pushing hard. They're gonna be up there soon.
McFarlane goes fastest in practice for the moment. As we let these guys finish up the dying moments of the final practice session, let's take a look at the championship standings and some programming notes this week in Knockhill.
Alrighty. So this Thursday we got the SimCar Porsche Cup Series. It's going to be 8:55 Eastern Standard Time. Josh Mertz and Alex Larson for that one. Going to be at Spa. I'm going to be in the wall on turn 2. Going to be a great time. Then this Sunday we got Sunday Night Lights, round 3 for the April 2026 season at Winton, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Alex Larson and Josh Mertz again. Next week, same time, same place, NASA Rallycross Contenders for the penultimate round in Barcelona, 8 p.m. for Contenders, 9 p.m. for the World Championship. And let's go look at points. Is that what you wanted? I think that's what we wanted.
Yes,
we
sir.
want to go look
Yes,
at the
sir.
points entering this evening. Evan McFarlane, 136 points to Kieran Lifflinder's 128. Carter Gosh and Matthew Lindy really battling out for third, 109 to 106. Tied for fifth and sixth. Zach Goddard, Josh Darnell, 98 apiece. Jonathan Harris, Eric Dubois, Dallas DeBard, and Jeff Cartwright round out the top 10. Over in the team's point, TWR Subi Squad at the top with 255. KLR Black Phantom 244. Tight battle for the top of the teams, especially this late in the season. Channel 199 Sim Racing, Evan all by his lonesome 166. Control C Racing, Aqua Storm, Slaypex, Blue Thunder, Team Dog Racing, Pink Fury, and JC Simsport are your top 10.
It's interesting to see how the constructors, the team's championship is, we don't even have to speak about the manufacturers championship. That's why we're going.
You were gone, but the VW
we know.
in Contenders has broken 100 points.
What?
It's been a while.
Really?
Yes, the VW has broken 100 points.
It's a Christmas miracle, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as Volkswagen only has 6 points in the supercars. I want to bring this up. Like I said, the manufacturers, it's foregone conclusion. There's a record hanging in the balance yet again here tonight. This season rather. TWR Subi Squad is second in the standings in the record books for World Championships as a team. They have 6. They're tied with Revolution Racing from the Pioneer era with 6. That, if they win it later this season, will solidify P2. That'll give them 7 championships. I bring this up because KLR Black Phantom with Kieran Lifflander, Jonathan Harris, they were leading this championship until Harris did not make the race last week and dropped that down the order, because I don't think there's drop weeks for the Constructors Championship. So it's a big deal. We talked about Kieran Lifflander Racing expanding from literally Kieran to, no joke, 10 cars or something like that over the last year or so. So it's interesting to see this quick that they're fighting for that championship. And also another potential record hanging in the balance. Philip Kraus is second all time on the wins list with 24. If Evan McFarlane wins the Scottish Grand Prix tonight, it will be win number 24 for the Californian kid, tied for second all time on the wins list. As we have finished up practice, fastest in this session, Kieran Lifflander at 35.6, Evan McFarlane 35.8. They joked in the drivers meeting, Brian, are we going to hit sub 36 second laps? And we're already there.
Ugh, disgusting. We got 3 people that are already there. Robbie Kirtley showing up this week.
35.9. We talked about it last week for the 024, the only man recently to beat the 2 kids on track, not from a penalty, when they came together in Crandon in 2024A, I believe. He won that race. We get set for qualifying here in Knockhill. Inside Baseball, I hope I fixed my clicking issue, but apologies if you're going to hear my wonderful Logitech, not a sponsor, mechanical keyboard clicking through this race. I tried to get it all fixed. I don't think it worked, Brian.
Oh, no, it did not work, Josh.
I tried. We'll just have to do it before SimCar. But at this point, it's a signature, right? So away we go. C'est la vie. First car on track, Daryl Young in the 25. Second car will be Jamison Leckenby, DeBard, Cartwright, and Kirtley. Final corner. Daryl Young crashes on his warm-up lap. Leckenby begins his first lap. In the Ford Fiesta. Matty Grove won the Contenders race a couple moments ago in the Ford Fiesta, about half a car width off of the apex. It's easy to do. It looks easy, right? But when you sit in front of your rig or in VR or whatever, it's so hard to do. We joked about it earlier in the Contenders show. I moved my rig. That's why we're having this issue. I'm on my Mac instead of my Windows PC. And I bring this up because I moved everything, and I thought it was a great idea to try and drive. Everything was broken, just like Brian's last night. Everything was broken for us. And to lap one, Leckenby, 37.5. Cartwright, 37.3. Kirtley, 37.1. Jonathan Harris in the 75, the Aussie, 38.1. Devin Hughes will cross the line next. What do you got, Brian?
Dallas DeBard has taken the Joker lap and DQ'd himself from qualifying.
And he just DM'd me on Discord saying that he's done that.
There's nothing we can do about that, Dallas. Gotta learn the rules.
You cannot touch the Joker lap in qualifying. You are not disqualified from the whole event. We learned that when Cody Crosgrove in Barcelona jokered during qualifying. And Matthew Lindy way off the road on his first lap. And the Filipino driver has crashed the former Contenders champion.
Even if we wanted to, we could not. We can't get rid of that black flag.
Carter Gosh, P1.
Clear.
The kid from Minnesota finishes his second lap. He's on his third lap now, 36.2. Where's Evan McFarlane? He's on his first lap. Four-time world champion in the 0-4. As Gosh is up by half a second. Devin Hughes to fifth in the 60. Matty Grove to seventh. Kieran Lifflander to the top at a 35.909 for the reigning and defending NASA Rallycross world champion. But McFarlane, down the backstretch, did not have a fun time with this corner last season. Hit the tires on driver's left, rounding the final corner. What can McFarlane do? Across the line, very wide, at a 35.791. It's P1 for the 0-4. Where's Kieran? Kieran now on his second lap. Will he respond? He ran a 35.909 across the line for the world champion. It's a 36.9. He's got one lap left. Down to turn one. Hard on the brakes, clipping the curb, dancing the car through the AstroTurf onto the grass, getting all of the possible grip. And now, through the dirt, we ride on board, the left, gliding the car, avoiding the tires. Do not be afraid. Through the bumps. Rotate the car before you get to the corner. Through the bumps, avoid the tires on the left, down to the braking zone of the penultimate corner. Josh Darnell, the P4 in the 029, locking it up is the 20, but he saves it. Final corner, don't cut the AstroTurf too much across the line for Lifflander. It is a 35.797! It's 0.06 between them. But it's not P1 for the 20. Devin Hughes to fifth. Josh Darnell in the 029, 36.2. So he improves barely ahead of Carter Gosh. McFarlane can do a glory run again, Brian.
I'm sure he's very happy about that one. I think been McFarlane every qualifying this season, has it not? Let me take a full look over here. McFarlane, and it's going to be McFarlane again. That is 646.
And that will be seeding round, qualifying round, win number 33. Getting oh so close to my record at the top of the board with 36. And like I said, a couple races next season, that'll be broken. But McFarlane, unbelievable. The amount of time that they put in, the amount of practice. That's what I realized yesterday. You can't just arrive and drive. I knew that already, but you truthfully can't arrive and drive, have 0 laps on equipment. It is bananas what we watch. And still 3 minutes left of qualifying, technically speaking. Forgive the clickety-clacks. Just keying in the record book and making me cry. Getting closer to crying that my record is falling as we take a look at the classification. Take us through it, Brian.
I'm having an aneurysm. Sorry. Evan McFarlane, Kieran Lifflander, Josh Darnell, Carter Gosh, Devin Hughes, Robbie Kirtley, Daryl Young, Matt Grove, Jeff Cartwright, Jameson Leckenby, Jonathan Harris, Kevin Garcia, Darren Canfield, Dallas DeBard with... Why did Matthew Lindy? Oh, Matthew Lindy didn't set a time.
Did Lindy continue to crash?
I guess Lindy continued to crash.
Oh, no.
He's got 3 laps on the board with none that are valid. Wow. I feel like he's having the brake issue because he was having issues last night as well.
That might be why I was following him off into those corners. I'm blaming Matt Lindy.
I'm sure that's the reason. He's still back on track.
So this is his third lap, technically.
Maybe this counts.
He came out of the pits, so it'll count if he's clean.
For anything, it's going to count for like a 2-minute lap.
Who made a mistake in Contenders earlier? Kingsbury. He was able to run his third lap, but he started from the pits, so it counted, but it was slow. So let's see what car number 3, former Contenders champion, can do across the line, and it didn't count anyway. So he must have gone off track at some point, and we missed it.
Would have been a 36.3, maybe. Would have put him in piece 4, 5.
If he ran a 36.3, that would have been P5 ahead of Devin Hughes. As qualifying done and dusted, we take a look at Josh Darnell. Utilizing the last minute or so of this qualifying session. Still don't touch the Joker. I wouldn't risk it. Even after you clock your laps, you might still get penalized after the fact. And those guys are cutting that final corner oh so close on the majestic dance that is the track limits rule of NASA Sim Racing. If you're new, 1 tire at least on the asphalt or the curbs or the AstroTurf, the green paint, or the grass, not 4 wheels off. Teaches these guys to get all the way up to the edge of the track and still maintain control, Brian.
Josh, I think I'm going to need a impact camera on that last corner. I feel like we're going to see a few people hit that wall tonight.
Well, we had numerous bits of contact in that final corner in Contenders. Kingsbury, Lindy just now. Garcia crashed in qualifying in Contenders. As it's going to be interesting to watch. Speaking of interesting, as we finish qualifying, Darren Canfield 13th, 12th Kevin Garcia, and P8 for Matty Grove. So those 3 Contenders drivers denoted by the blue plate on the ticker, transferred up from that race as we get set for heat number 1 in Scotland. On pole position, Evan McFarlane, 4-time world champion. Carter Gosh, Daryl Young, Jameson Leckenby, and Darren Canfield. McFarlane had that issue, whether it was his wheel overheating or whatever it might have been last week. And when something like that happens, you get that technical failure, it rattles your confidence. At least it rattled mine back in the day. You're so quick, and frankly, you think you're unstoppable, and then something like that happens, and it brings you back down to earth. Remember, heat races 5 laps apiece, Joker lap twice. The winner will transfer and receive 2 bonus points, and everybody else will be sent to the semifinal. We get set for heat number 1 in Scotland. Green flag for Heat 1. What a start for Gosh, utilizing those KLR setups. Young in the 25, sandwiching the 04. McFarlane down to the first corner. Gosh loose on the rear end of that car. Around he goes into the former world champion. Everybody stacks up in turn 1. Who's going to make it out alive? It's Darren Canfield, followed by Daryl Young. McFarlane's back going again. So is Leckenby. And to the pit lane went Carter Gosh.
Ugh.
That was messy. That rear guy, it was so loose. He crested the hill on the brakes. No weight on the rear end, and around it went.
Oh, the chain reaction between most of those drivers. All but one really got involved.
And when it rains, it pours in heat races for Evan McFarlane. Yet another heat race. And we've lost McFarlane in the pit lane. What happened to the championship leader? Did
Josh,
he just
you think that car is going to be able to drive?
I thought so. He drove out of the sand pretty well. And then he parked
that
it.
That car's done.
Done. So just like Heat 1 of the Contenders race, we are going to have a frankly surprise winner. It doesn't matter if everything holds, regardless if it's Canfield or Young or Lackenby, as the KLR boys up front joker, all three of them. KLR test session for Heat number 1, Brian.
Seems that way. What if Evan just decided I'm going to drive a little farther than Carter was on track just to make sure he finishes above him? And that's why he's driving the car just a hair.
You know, that's a good perspective. We talk about under the wall goes Young in the 25 from the lead of the heat race, and he clipped the tires the second bit. He's trying to get restarted again. He is back going in third. Let's take a second look. Turns in, misses the dirt. Oh, no, he over-rotated in that loose dirt, it looked like.
Over-rotated.
And around he went. Jokering is Lackenby in the 51 in the Ford Fiesta. Canfield, Young. And Carter Gosh is back in the pit lane. Drove into Evan McFarlane in the 04. I don't think that was malicious. I think he's trying to get the car going again, but it won't drive properly, obviously.
No, that car's done.
Are they going to play a game just to try and get ahead of each other from mere inches in the pit lane? It doesn't matter if it's an inch or an entire lap. You get that one spot. You get the higher grid spot in the semifinal.
Josh, I don't want to knock Darren Canfield here, but he's going to be on pole. And not that he's not good. He's good.
Contenders driver.
But he's a Contenders driver. He's going to get swallowed.
It's going to be a mess. Lackenby fastest lap. I don't know if this is necessarily over. Let's take a look at the Joker rotation. Oh, so Lackenby took both of his. Okay. So it's all on track with a lap and a half to go. 2.5, let's call it, seconds between Canfield and Lackenby. Carter Gosh has given up the ghost, trying to get by McFarlane in the pit lane. And I have to agree, again, no disrespect at all to Darren Canfield. Super quick driver, but he's that Contenders driver, right? You're going to be around, presumably, unless something goes wrong to Kieran, which we've seen crazy things happen in NASA, you're going to be lining up against the reigning and defending world champion. Granted, you guys are teammates, but Brian, I don't care if my teammate is the world champion. I'm going to race like hell into turn 1 if I'm on pole position.
Yeah, we're watching the top 4 or 5 people in qualifying rock mid-36 lap times, and his best lap in this race, which is essentially a time trial, so 37.6. He's going to get off the line pretty much just fine. He's got good starts, but getting through the dirt, I feel like we're going to see a wave of cars trying to get by.
Canfield, Lackenby, Young, McFarlane, and Gosh, the big stories of heat number 1, crashing in turn 1. Darren Canfield, pole position for the Scottish Grand Prix. Heat number 2.
I do like when the driver that gave me a picture shows up, though.
Isn't it great? Makes us look like we know what we're doing. Reigning and defending NASA Rallycross World Champion Kieran Lifflander on pole position. Devin Hughes for JC Simsport in second. Matty Grove, Jonathan Harris, and Matthew Lindy. Lindy, former Contenders champion. Grove, former Contenders champion. Lifflander has won anything and everything in the Lights World Championship. And he popped off the track, back on the track. Maybe loaded the wrong setup. We wait for Devin Hughes in the 60.
That's a scary one, Josh. You load the wrong setup and then you gotta leave the grid, and you gotta pray nobody gets back on.
Yeah, because if Devin, he gridded, it would have kicked you out. Heat number 2 in Scotland. Green flag. Off the line. What a start for Harris with the KLR car. Comes across into Hughes. No contact. Lifflander leads. Harris, then Hughes. Off the road goes Lindy. Nearly drove up the left rear of Hughes in the 60. Grove tries to get by him in the 472. Nearly in the tires. Does not hit it. Through the dirt goes the world champion. Jonathan Harris trying to hang with his teammate. They are fighting for the Constructors' Championship against TWR Subi Squad. winners of the last, I think, 4 Constructors Championships in a row. And Lifflander leads at the end of the first lap. No chaos this time, Brian.
We got a nice clean start to a race. We're going to get to see a little bit of Joker strategy, a little bit of rotation, see how that works out.
And no Jokers on the first lap of any race, as we've talked about all evening. And Lifflander already pulling out to a 2.5 lead over Jonathan Harris. Hughes closing in the 60. Will we see a Joker from the 20? No Joker from the 75. Hughes, no Joker, but he dropped the left rears onto the grass, goes around the tires, and I think he's got to slow down in the 60. He loses third to Lindy in car number 3.
Will have a slowdown there.
Grove Jokers in the 472. Track is so treacherous, so tricky, no matter what section you're on. That final corner, it caught out the best of the best last season. You drop the left sides onto the grass. All of your grip is gone, pushes you wide. Lifflander leads, no Joker for the top 2. Lindy pulls the pin on lap number 2, so does Hughes in the 60. Taking a look from the right side of car number 3, Matty Grove Jokers as well, so the strategy's done for the 472. Up front, 36.4 for Lifflander in the 20. 36.9 for Harris, 41.7 for Lindy, 42.2 for Hughes with that Joker, so it's about 5-6 seconds is the delta. Onto the back straight. 2 laps to go this time. Lifflander Jokers on lap number 3. Locking it up in the 20. Harris Jokers as well. Much cleaner under braking. Got the car woed up. Lindy Jokers. Hughes is done, or has, 1 Joker left, I think, according to timing. So he gets in front of Lindy. Hughes has that 1 Joker left. Grove is done with his strategy. So is Lindy. The battle might be for third between Hughes and Lindy. It's about 3 seconds between those guys. Focusing on Lifflander in the 20. Final corner to begin the final lap, and Lifflander takes that Joker. You have to imagine the KLR boys are in Discord, having a nice chat, saying, I'm Jokering here, I'm Jokering there. Harris locks up the rear tires again. Brian Hughes, Jokers, Lindy takes the spot and takes second touching on the exit. Around is Lindy into the wall. It's so easy to have that happen on that merge. We'll have to take a look. If we can take a look, I'll take a look at live pictures. We're not missing anything up front. You can roll that back if you need to. So tricky. It's the Jokering card. It's both cars' responsibility. Up front, Kieran Lifflander wins heat number 2, nearly into the wall in the 20. Pixel perfection. Second place, Jonathan Harris to the semifinal. Grove, Hughes, and Lindy as well to the LCQs. I didn't expect that one. Grid 4. Heat number 3, Josh Darnell, Robbie Kirtley, Jeff Cartwright, Kevin Garcia, and Dallas DeBard after being disqualified in qualifying for the erroneous Joker in the 888. And this will be our third and final heat race of the evening for the Scottish Grand Prix. Fighting for the third grid spot for the feature race where Jeff Cartwright is. Heat 3 in Scotland, green flag. Even start, great start from DeBard in the 888. Cartwright in the middle, Garcia on driver's left, down to the first corner. Darnell leads Kirtley. Darnell pushes wide. Kirtley second in the Slapex car, misses the grass, completely deep into the sand trap, loses the second spot to DeBard in the 888, loses third to Cartwright in the 55. Through the dirt, Darnell, DeBard, Cartwright, Kirtley, and Garcia, the Contenders Championship leader in the 505. Down to the final corner, Dallas DeBard, half a second away from former Contenders champion Josh Darnell as he leads. Good run so far for the 888, Brian.
Yeah, Dallas DeBart's doing pretty good. All things considered. Second right now when he's starting last.
0.6 of a second between them. Darnell, DeBard, Cartwright, running order has not changed. That's tricky. Into the wall goes Cartwright. And to the outside wall, into Kirtley. Kirtley rolls it and the flip counter goes up. We're up to 9. And the 0.24 turtled to the semifinal he goes. I didn't expect 9 flips tonight. Jeff Cartwright has spun in the Joker. You spin me right round, baby, right round. And he's back going again, but losing heaps of time. DeBard and Garcia battling for second. Through the dirt. Better line for DeBard, in the first bit. In the left, in the right, much tighter line. Through the dirt. You cannot be afraid, Garcia into the
took
tires.
the wheel off the car.
And the Contenders championship leader with a mistake. I guess for him, better to make it here than in his championship split.
Yeah.
But that's 3 cars out in this heat race. So DeBard. And what happened to Josh Darnell? Did I miss something?
I think
He was in second. Oh no! Josh Darnell crashed in the dirt just like Kevin Garcia. Massive hit.
And that car's done. This track takes no prisoners, Josh.
It doesn't matter if you've won a championship or if it's your first race. You cannot let up. And that's what I said earlier. You're racing the track here. Don't worry about your competitors. Into the wall goes Cartwright in the 55. I am going to say something. I'm sitting up. You guys can't see me on camera. For the first time in 14 years, there is 1 car left in a heat race. I lied to you. Hold on. Robbie Kirtley's back on track. I don't know for how much longer. But for the first time in 14 years, there is 1 car left in a heat race. This rivals, I'm on my soapbox now. This rivals, what was it? 2017 B Negus, Canyon City, Colorado. There were like 3 of us left in the feature race. Never down to 1. Phenomenal. White flag for DeBard.
So what you're saying is Robbie Kirtley get off the track?
Yes. I said that because I didn't expect this car to still drive. But he's going. And you know what? If he gets by Cartwright, which I think he will, it's going to be a second place finish. And it'll be a pole position, I think.
Oh, no. He's going to.
Unbelievable. All right.
Josh, the front of this features grid is going to be terrifying.
This is going to be phenomenal in the worst of ways. Checkered flag. Dallas DeBard, winner after being disqualified in qualifying. Winning heat number 3. Robbie Kirtley will come home in second. Cartwright, Garcia, and Darnell. A Contenders championship leader and a Contenders champion. Both stricken by the same tire barrier. The funniest thing of this, Brian, Robbie Kirtley only clocked officially 1 lap, and it was lap number 3. The other 2 didn't count. I am at a loss for words of what we have just witnessed. If you like what you see, ASNTVUSA.com, ASNTVUSA on every single platform, NASASimRacing.com if you'd like to join us. Hopefully to have NASA Sim Racing back at the Sim Gaming Expo in Schaumburg, Illinois, week of September 18th through the 20th, simgamingexpo.com for any and all information. You may or may not see me and Brian there, and Josh Darnell and Alex Larson. It's going to be a fun time. Semifinal A, and there's some huge names in this race. Jamison Leckenby, Jeff Cartwright, Matty Grove, Evan McFarland, Josh Darnell, Matthew Lindy. How many is that? 4, 7, 6. There's 8 NASA championships in this race. Okay. And the top 4 will transfer. Lindy and Darnell, singular Contenders champions. Matty Grove won 1 and a WRC title, and McFarland, the 4 world championships. 5 laps, 2 jokers, top 4 transfer out of semifinal A in Scotland. Green flag
Matt
off the
Grove did not
line.
go.
Missed the start. That arguably is going to be a good thing. Leckenby and McFarland and Cartwright down to turn 1. Leckenby deep into turn 1. He made it stick for the moment. Here comes McFarland. Side by side, Darnell and Lindy into turn 2. Cartwright in fifth, and Grove right back to the tail end of the field after that mishap. The worst part of this circuit is no jokers off this initial lap. Here comes Darnell surging in the dirt. Do they touch? No, but everyone has to round these final couple of corners cleanly before we can begin joker strategy. McFarland leads where he needs to be. Off the road is Leckenby. To the inside is Darnell. Side by side, Ford versus Subaru, battling for second. Lindy in fourth, trying to transfer into this feature. Darnell backs out of it into turn 2. These guys battling for bonus points. The top 3 receive points, 3 down to 1. Darnell gets the car rotated through turn 2.
Darnell keeps telling Leckenby, please move. He's touching his rear end, and I mean, I like the rule. You get 3 taps. 1, I'm here. 2, move, and 3, I'm moving you. He's getting close to that 3, maybe 4 bump from Darnell.
Leckenby, jokers missing the corners. Darnell. It's easy to do. I think he was target fixated on the 51, missed the breaking point to the final corner. McFarland still leads, Darnell second, third Cartwright, Grove, Leckenby, Lindy, our running order through a lap and a half. The battle for the transfer spot is going to get really good. Matty Grove, Jeff Cartwright, Josh Darnell, I think, is in that race with Leckenby, but with these strategies going to be converging shortly, it's going to be interesting to see who will be out for the Scottish Grand Prix. McFarland, no joker. Darnell, no joker. Cartwright does.
I don't know if you've mentioned it, Josh. 4 of these drivers are going to make it through, so.
Yes, sir. Top
Only
4. One
2.
of these guys do not score points out of the transferring group, but I'd take a transfer over not making it, of course. Let's get a reset. McFarland, Darnell, Grove, Lindy, Cartwright, and Leckenby. Top 3 have yet to joker. Lindy has 1 left. Cartwright has 1 left. Leckenby's done. Lindy and Cartwright. Well, I can't say that they're fully out. We just have to wait. McFarland jokers.
I think Leckenby getting the 2 done really early might be of his benefit.
As Lindy exits the joker, battling with Grove and battling with Darnell. Darnell holds the second spot after the first rotations. Grove takes the spot from Cartwright, put Grove in the transfer spot. Cartwright deep on the brakes, sliding the 55. And I bring this up every week. When it's a longer lap, you always, in my opinion, take the joker early. That way you can have the targets way down the line to be able to focus on and close that gap when they joker. McFarland completes his strategy. What will happen to Darnell? Darnell stays out. Lindy's done with his strategy. So is Grove. So is Cartwright. Leckenby, we know, is done. He's going to get by these 3 and sit in the 3rd spot. So the transfer spot is Lindy versus Grove versus Cartwright with the white flag in the air. Down to turn 1, Leckenby, Lindy! Lindy got crossed up on the 51, he saved it. Here comes Grove. Lindy all crossed up. The 2 Contenders champions battling for the transfer spot in the semifinal. We've got 1 set of corners left. Up front, Evan McFarland rounds the final corner. He will win the semifinal again. Darnell had a joker. He had a joker left. I apologize for missing that. Rounding the final corners, Leckenby. Darnell holds the spot. Then it's Lindy and Grove side by side for the transfer off the final corner. Matty's got it. What a move. Wow, where did that come from? Oh, Lindy hit the grass on corner exit like McFarland did last season. You guys are going to make my beard go grayer faster than I want it to. Semifinal B. Harris, Young, Kirtley, Hughes, Gosh, and Garcia. So that means that 5th and 6th, Lindy and Cartwright on the outside looking in of the Scottish Grand Prix. Semifinal B, getting set to go. Green flag. Offline. Great start from Gosh. Great start from all 3 KLR boys. Kirtley and Hughes side by side in the back of the field. Garcia down to turn 1 after Gosh crashed on the opening lap of the heat race. He sits in third. Garcia to the inside of Hughes. 5:05 to the 60. 60 got stuck in the rut, put him to sixth. Side by side through the dirt. No way he can make it on the outside. No. Block pass for Young. Holds the spot from Garcia in the 5:05. A little bit of a hip check from the Canadian to the man from New Mexico. Harris, Gosh, and Young, the top three for KLR. You've got Control Z Racing with Kevin Garcia, Slapex Racing for Robbie Kirtley, and JC Simsport for Devin Hughes. Running it wide is Daryl Young in the 25. Garcia slipstreaming him down the front straightaway, battling for the third spot. Battle for the lead as well between Gosh and Harris, two of the young guns of NASA Sim Racing. I say that, and McFarlane and Lifflander are barely 17 and 18, but I digress. Through the dirt, the left, to the right. You want this car to be fully sideways, committed through this dirt, glide over the bumps, and now onto the backstretch for a short blast here in Knockhill, and the teammates follow each other into the regular course, jokering as Garcia. That might be the best strategy, Brian.
Yeah. Like you said, you got to be sideways. You want the lateral friction of those tires to just stop you from sliding out to that wall. You really got to throw that car hard. Carter Gosh taking it on Harris there, taking P1.
He had a much better run off the final corner. And yeah, Harris got hung up.
Losing it.
Losing second. Losing third. Here comes Kirtley in the 024 into the tires. Over he goes, and another Slapex car has rolled it. And he's turtled. It's over for the man from Virginia. What is that? 11? It's so easy to do. You just send it in, and you lose all grip. And
I'll give him 2 for that. That's close enough.
Yep.
It was 3/4. We round here.
And Slapex has been spectacular for the good and the bad here in Knockhill. Carter Gosh leads. The 15-year-old from Minnesota leads ahead of Daryl Young from Canada, Jonathan Harris from Australia, Devin Hughes from California racing under the Canadian flag, and Kevin Garcia from New Mexico.
I do want to commend Jonathan Harris for knowing what to do when you make that mistake.
Harris
goes,
nearly contact, sorry Brian, between the teammates. Young locked up and Harris followed him in sympathy.
Yeah, that was a close one. But yeah, when you cut the inside there, just drive. Don't try and get back on track a weird way. Just drive and take the cut penalty. By the time you get back on track, you've already burned a cut penalty and you're fine.
This is going to be inside baseball for any driver off track and listening. It happened to me once where I did that and I didn't get a slowdown. I don't know if that was the intended situation, but I agree with Brian. Just drive the car, figure it out in post. That's rule number 1.
Well, yeah, you're going slow. Oh,
Hughes into the tires.
Devin Hughes.
Left rear into the tire barrier and around he goes. Garcia exits, the regular course. Young exits the Joker, white flag, and this is the battle for the transfer. No, there's not. With Hughes' mistake, this gives everybody a transfer spot at the moment. Jokers are done for the top 4.
Yeah, Josh, if you enter that turn and you're going slow enough and you just end up cutting the track, if you entered it under 35 miles an hour, you will not get a cut penalty. It's a weird iRacing rule.
Deep into the final corner, Carter Gosh from the lead. Around the tires. I don't know if he'll get a slowdown for that. He does.
Oh, he's gonna.
Stops the car, but still wins semifinal B. Second will be Young. Third, Garcia. Fourth, Harris. Best of the rest, Hughes and Kirtley in the semifinal. Never mind. It's going to be... it will be Hughes and Kirtley. I thought Kirtley was still on track, but Hughes plowed the tires in the final corner.
Nope. Kirtley flipped the car. I think that's worse than hitting the tires.
That's true, but he did make up a spot earlier on with some shenanigans. After a chaotic set of qualifying races, the grid is set for the Scottish Grand Prix. We're going to step aside for the final time with ASN nonstop, and on the other side of the break, the Scottish Grand Prix.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap. Clog is the inside line. McLaughlin contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Betty to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rally's going to hold his spot. The NASA Rallycross World Championship on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams, and thank you to Andrew Cardinale IV for camera support all season. And also by former NASA Rallycross World Champion Alex Betty, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. If you like what you've seen tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform at ASN TV USA, except for Twitter. Elon Musk doesn't like us. According to Brian, we might even be on the dark web. You DM him, you ask him nicely, he might give you that onion domain, asntvusa.com. If you'd like your content, broadcast it. If you'd like to race with us in NASA Sim Racing, we have something for everyone in 2026. Rallycross, Crosscar, Stage Rally, and GT with SimCar, nasasimracing.com. We welcome you back to round 6 of the 34th NASA Rallycross World Championship here in Scotland. With 2024B Lights World Champion Brian Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. So, Mr. Sawyer, last week we had Evan McFarland 4 wins in a row in Brands Hatch. Well, we've got the same scenario with Kieran Lifflander potentially going for 4 wins, not in a row, but 4 wins in Knockhill. Evan's got 2. Francois Martel, Jacob Rafos both have 1. Josh Klog has 2. So, what's your prediction? What are we thinking?
Josh, I have no prediction. This race is going to be absolute chaos. We got people out of position based on relative speed. I think the mid-pack is going to start swallowing the front by the time we get to turn 2. I think we're going to see everybody into the barriers. I don't know. I might be just giving this race to Jameson Lykenby.
Real quick, we've got about a minute.
Just picking a car.
Picking a car. We saw that. Just go back and watch if you're just joining us. It's been phenomenal. Take us real quick through the next week or so of programming before we get rolling, because these guys are going to enjoy this. They want to come back, see more.
Absolutely. This Thursday, we got the SimCar Porsche Cup Series. That's going to be Josh Mertz and Alex Larson. Round 1 at Spa at 8:55 Eastern Standard Time. This Sunday, we got Sunday Night Lights, Round 3 of the April season at Winton, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then next week, same time, same place, NASA Rallycross Contenders and World Championship, 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, respectively, at Barcelona.
It's not just Evan McFarland and Kieran Lifflander. We've got Carter Gosh, Dallas DeBard. It's going to be phenomenal. Evan had issues here last season. He's got a 6-point lead over Kieran. Evan's going for win number 24. That will tie him second all time in the NASA Rallycross Grand Prix wins list with world champion, Hall of Famer, 5-time world champion, Philip Kraus, the Canadian. And it's going to be a super fun race. 11 cars. I'm closer to my truck for work. I have to dive through my window to get my hard hat because it's going to be a mess
Yeah, we're gonna
in
need
turn
something.
1. Our grid for the 10th Scottish Grand Prix looks like this. On pole position, Darren Canfield in the 0-23. Then, Kieran Lifflander, reigning and defending NASA Rallycross World Champion. Dallas DeBard, 4-time World Champion McFarlane. Gosh, Darnell, Young, Leckenby, Garcia, Grove, and Harris. 11th and last on this grid. Several guys out of place. 10 laps, 11 cars, 2 jokers, 6 points between the two kids at the top of the World Championship, and it is all to race for. Thanks for joining us all evening long on the Automotive Sports Network, whether it was for Contenders or the NASA Rallycross World Championship. We get set to go green for the Scottish Grand Prix. Green flag in Scotland, off the line. Terrible start for Canfield. Lifflander loves it. 3 wide, DeBard in second, McFarlane on the outside. Contact with Darnell, contact with Gosh. Can the world champion save it? He does, but it sacrifices Canfield. A massive crash in turn 1.
There it is.
Massive incident. Leckenby, Garcia, Canfield, Gosh, Young, Grove. Everybody wads it up, and that happened earlier on in this race, and it's happened before numerous times. One car gets crossed up and tears up everything. Now, if you're Dallas DeBard, it is the I'm in danger meme. You are the meat in the sandwich of the 2 fastest kids on Rallycross on iRacing. Lifflander leads at the end of the first lap.
Well, Josh, I said turn 2, and that was turn 2. The whole
In turn 2, Lifflander runs it deep. DeBard hugs the grass, so does McFarlane. I wasn't expecting that, though, Brian. Darnell is parked at the 029.
Yeah, Darnell's car was pretty much toast off of turn 2 there. That's exactly what I was expecting, Josh. We're going to try and maybe take a look back at what happened. I think Young, Gosh, Grove, Darnell, Canfield, I think all of them were involved in that. We're going to try and
pull it from high above. I'll keep an eye on live pictures.
So we're going to actually run that back just a hair and see what happened there. It looked like Evan went a little bit wide. Yeah, Evan's wide. It looks like Josh Darnell got hit by Gosh there. Gosh gets a little turned. Evan McFarlane sideways coming out of there. Evan's getting clear of one of the KLR cars. They make contact.
Tire barrier doesn't move.
Yep, tire barrier does not move. Josh Darnell becomes a roadblock for everybody else. They all forget what brakes are, and there are 7 cars there just stopped and unable to do anything. Those front 3 or 4 cars, Josh, they absolutely love that. It gives them about a 8-second gap between them and everybody else.
So let's get a reset on the running order. There were a couple of moves while we were in that replay. Lifflander leads, DeBard is second, McFarlane in third, Leckenby fourth, Gosh, Garcia, Grove, Young, Darnell, and Harris. Canfield also off the road in ninth. There were 3 cars. It was Grove, Young, and Garcia battling down the front straight on a joker rotation. DeBard in the final corner locks it up nearly into the tires in front of the former world champion.
Oh, Evan McFarlane out of this race, hits the wall,
And Evan,
loops it.
Second consecutive season in Knockhill, and the kid from California has the bad luck struck again. Oh,
Well,
no.
We're going to get a whole lot of new people to interview, Josh.
That was a weird... No, it happened again! Look at the replay. Roll it back. The car went left. It happened again, just like Brands Hatch. DeBard misses the corner, but pay attention to the 0-4. Done. Goodbye.
That looked like a
Another
wheel issue.
equipment
That
failure.
wheel just snapped, yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. You cannot be giving up points.
It's got to be something with his wheel in this track. Look at these crazy Joker merges. Looking at Leckenby, gosh, Grove, just swarm of bees behind Kevin Garcia.
Leckenby, we're battling for a podium with Garcia, Leckenby, and Gosh dueling away for this podium. 2 Subarus and a Ford, Contenders points leader. And Leckenby holding third behind DeBard and behind Lifflander, but this race is not over. Matty Grove as well, looking good as in the 472. Strategy from Leckenby, strategy Garcia, and Gosh all done. Grove still has his jokers left. I think we can take him out of it. Lifflander's got one joker left. DeBard is done.
I don't know if we call it strategy if they all go at the same time, Josh.
Listen, words are hard. It's a struggle. Halfway home in Knockhill. What a bizarre race this has been. And whoever survives this war for the podium
this
spot.
is the battle for third. Grove's
phenomenal.
not going to be on this podium just based on not taking the jokers yet.
It is Leckenby,
But if these guys
Garcia,
keep battling
and
hard
Gosh.
enough, Grove might joker back into the battle and become a part of it. We don't
Especially Leckenby locked up in the final corner, just a pinch. These guys battling, you'll lose a lot of time. The gap is about 4 seconds from Grove to Leckenby. But Grove has both jokers, so he better hope that something goes wrong. Up front, it's been relatively smooth sailing for Kieran Lifflander. He is fourth all-time on the wins list with 21. Unbelievable that these kids are climbing the record books in NASA sim racing. Impressive so far for Dallas DeBard. Grove is jokering in the 472. Garcia to the inside, locks it up, slides it. Gosh does it in sympathy.
Oh.
Here comes Grove. Grove is battling on the exit. Leckenby holds it. Grove still has a joker. Grove to the inside. Former Contenders champion takes the spot for the moment.
I think Grove's going. Oh, he slowed it down. I thought he was going a little too fast. I thought he was about to blow that corner. But you got these three still battling behind him. Grove, if I'm you, I'm holding on to that joker for the last lap. Just try and get away from these guys.
Back them up. Back them up. Make them fight for this battle and potentially crash, battling for the podium spot. Lifflander takes 2 to go. DeBard has ran a lonely race all by himself. Leckenby drops the left rears onto the dirt between the final couple of corners, and he holds the 4th spot. Tentatively third on the road once Grove jokers, if it holds like this, and Grove has to take that second bit of strategy. Ripping the grass in turn 2. Leckenby misses it. Garcia, good run. No gap between the Ford and the Subaru and a couple car lengths to Carter Gosh. White flag for Lifflander in the 20.
This is one of the tracks where the Fiesta excels. You get these tight turns. It looked like Kevin Garcia touched the tire barrier a little bit.
Into Garcia.
Thrown out of the way by Gosh. That was Gosh telling Garcia, please move. You hit the wall now. Get out of my way.
Up front, another chapter of the NASA Rallycross World Championship is written. Unpredictability is the name of the game for the last 14 years. Kieran Lifflander 6 points down. It's going to flip the other way. It's win number 22 for the reigning and defending world champion. He does it again in Scotland. A debut podium for Dallas DeBard in the 888 in his first season. Grove is jokering. It will be tentatively, unless Leckenby, no. He does make it a 1-3 for Kieran Lifflander Racing and another debut podium for Leckenby in the 51. 4th is Gosh. 5th is Grove. Garcia 7th, Young in 6th. What a chaotic race in Scotland.
Well,
I didn't expect them to crash that soon in turn 1.
I said I'm picking a car at random. I said Jamison Leckenby. I got a podium from a random pick.
Do you play not financial advice? Do you play the pull tabs in Wisconsin? Because you probably should. I'm thinking you probably should. All right.
I think I know what I'm doing after this.
Brian Sawyer goes bankrupt. I had one last pull tab. We wait for our top 3 to enter the media pen. And it never disappoints. It's always so phenomenal. And everybody joined up. Let's see. We don't have anyone just yet. We're working on points right now. I can go ahead. We're going to do this live. Oh, so you've already fixed it. No, you didn't. I got to do this.
Yes, no,
Hopefully
I fixed it. Don't you touch it.
I
fixed
broke it. We'll wait. It'll fix itself. I promise. Let's get, if you can, let's look at Kieran burning this track down. Doing some gymkhana. Celebrating. He won the lights race here at Knockhill a couple of weeks ago. And P1 tonight in Scotland. As our field files in, Lifflander, DeBard, and Leckenby. We do have Mr. Jameson. Leckenby, are you ready on your end, Mr. Sawyer?
We'll find out.
Howdy.
Jameson, it's Josh and Brian. You got us?
I got you.
You are doubled up on my end, which is a good sign. I'll mute you here. All right, my friend, if I recall correctly, because it's been such a crazy season, this is your debut podium. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
The only thing I can say
wrong,
is
Josh.
I'm wrong?
No. You're right. You're not wrong.
Okay,
Oh.
words are very hard. Brian undermines me all the time. He breaks my heart. It's been such a crazy race. I don't even remember specifics. All I remember is everyone barreling into turn one and crashing, and you survived the war for the podium spot. But talk me through your night. It has been a brawl.
Honestly, I'm not one of the faster people tonight. I was struggling just to get up to speed. For the final, I was lucky and got started on the outside, so I got to just drive around the entire incident that happened in front of me and unfolded. So yeah, and then I just kept a steady pace. Again, not the fastest on the track, but kept it consistent enough that I was able to keep my lead from there.
Well, we saw one of the best in the world crash, not of his own doing. It was mechanical failure, but it proves that it can happen to anybody. It happened to your team owner last week. It happened to Evan this week. It happened to everybody else, it seems, in this feature race. I've got nothing else for you other than great podium. You survived the chaos and a debut podium. It's always fun to have these moments happen, the surprises, the what is happening kind of thing. So who'd you like to thank for the podium tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank all of KLR. I got Carter, Daryl, Darren, Jonathan, Garth, Kieran, obviously. We got Kevin, who couldn't show up, sadly. And I know there's a few others out there that I'm not mentioning off the top of my head. But I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank my wife and my family for watching. And thank you all in the commentators booth for putting this on. It's such a fun series.
I appreciate that, my friend. It's equally as fun to sit here and yap away about what is going on because it's so confusing yet so exciting. So enjoy the podium with your team, and we will see you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
We get 2 consecutive debut podiums. Dallas DeBard in your first season, week 6, and you survived the chaos. I asked Jameson, I said, walk me through your race with how that went. I'm going to ask the same thing because turn 1, a brawl, and then everyone decided not to make it through the corner. So the floor is yours.
Something happened behind me. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was a disaster. I had the memory of a goldfish and I didn't remember where you started initially, but, Evan crashed into Josh Darnell, which crashed into Canfield, I think, and blocked the track in turn 1. It was a mess. So
No, I was lucky enough to get a good start. I got behind Kieran there into turn 1, and I just followed him. Didn't look back.
I'm looking at the results here, and impressively, you were only let's call it 5 seconds behind Kieran at the end of this race. So I'm gonna ask you an interesting question. As someone new to NASA Sim Racing, I'm not too sure on your experience with dirt road or with Rallycross in general, but how are we feeling 6 weeks in and you're on the podium?
Well, better than I thought I would. I went into NASA maybe, I don't know, 6 months into dirt road and thought, as long as I make it to the feature, I'll be happy. As long as I make top 10, I'll be happy. As long as top 5. Here I am on the podium. I messed up in qualifying. Thought I would do the old last to first challenge. Couldn't get the first, but podium's fine by me. But the going into this week, it was just take it slow and don't die. That's about it.
That's that's been the slogan for 14 years, my friend. I can tell you, as Brian and I used to win the Lights World Championship races and everything, a second or third place to like Kieran and Evan, consider it a win because there's no way that we can match the amount of practice that they put in. So great drive, my friend. Who'd you like to thank for the podium tonight?
Friends and family, everybody watching, everybody supporting, my wife, especially my parents, they're huge supporters. I got 2 little girls back here cheering me on. So all of them, friends and family, and you guys especially for all the work that you guys do every week.
Of course, buddy. Thank you for the words. Great finish tonight, and we will see you next week.
Yep.
And our final interview of the night, and it is, let me look at my book. It's win number 22 for Kieran Lifflander, still 4th all time on the wins list. Do you know the absolute insanity that happened in turn 1?
No clue.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. It was.
What do you like? Would you like to watch?
Yes. Let's pull this up. I want to get your reaction. We're going to do this interview a little bit differently because, of course, I say this with no disrespect, kid. You're the fastest in the world, you and Evan, right? Of course you're not going to have any clue what happened, but take a look at Discord. Brian's going to stream it, and when you're ready, Brian, just go ahead and roll it. This is turn 1. Maybe get a closer camera. Everybody else.
I think I did see in the mirror. I saw the smoke. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Do you know that your teammate was on the podium because of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at the relative and I saw Evan was in the pits. I didn't know what happened, but yeah, great points for Josh. Great points day for Carter Gosh. He's up to 3rd now because of it. Because Linday had a rough evening. And yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, one of the only Fiestas in the field, KLR speed, baby. Got P3. Obviously that carnage, but still had really good pace all night up against a guy like guys like me and Evan. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm very surprised how the track did not break in at all. I mean, it broke in in practice after many laps, and you'd think that I guess we didn't put in 110 laps, which is the math, 10 times 11. Not everybody drove because a lot of people wrecked out. So only a certain, it was definitely under 100 laps that were put down, but I don't know. My strategy was going to be the same thing as last season, and just take Joker 7 and 9. But I wanted to flip the strategy whenever I saw Evan take it early, just kind of get clean air. But I mean, he got stuck behind someone, so it's like okay. And then I think that was Dallas, and then I took Joker, and then still ended up out in front of him, and then I don't know what ensued afterwards with him, but yeah, all in all, great points day. I don't know what to say about Q. Just another unlucky qualifying run yet again. Just gave him 16 round 1 in a row. I know I got the speed. I'm faster than him in qualifying. I just can't put the laps down to save my life. So that's all there is to it there, though. All the guys on the team or the teams performed great tonight. Canfield obviously advanced, and some team orders were instructed to be able to go on through, and unfortunately he ended up absolutely eating the wall. So yeah, tough luck for Canfield, but I mean, props to him for making the Supercars World Championship. Obviously Garth wasn't able to. Just a tough night for him, and that's about it.
I'll give you an unofficial update. Some good news in the Constructors Championship. KLR Black Phantom has gone ahead of TWR with Zach Goddard not racing tonight. Unfortunately for you specifically, I think this is going to be Evan's drop week. So it's a 5-point lead for Evan over you. So knowing this, and we've talked, this is the same question for the last 5 seasons. What is going to happen? What is your game plan in the last 2 weeks?
I don't know. Probably not have an iRacing glitch absolutely kill my race lap 1 like Brands Hatch did and absolutely possibly cost my championship. Yeah, maybe if that doesn't happen lap 1, obviously there's I don't think there's any glitches that happen at Barcelona from what I know of and when I raced there, but the past couple seasons, if my memory is correct, in 2025 we swept Barcelona against Evan. There was a photo finish in 25A, and then we just beat him in 25B. So hopefully make it 3 in a row there. Sonoma just unlucky last season with qualifying and just couldn't get the win there. Or actually, no, I did get the win there. I do remember that. That was October in 25B. I mean, we got speed both tracks. Just can't have any unfortunate events occur. And tonight was definitely very hectic for a lot of people, to say the least. And it's gonna be a very intense racing, and surely something to watch as we go into the last couple weeks of this World Championship season. And yeah, I don't know. That's about it, though.
2 weeks left. Anything can happen. Who would you like to thank for the victory tonight?
Gotta thank all the guys in KLR that made it possible tonight. Needed big assistance tonight to be able to fill in the feature, rather, and that was executed poorly, not by us, but just Knockhill things. It happened in Racecraft last season in November. I was able to walk away with the win because second on back just absolutely wrecked in the same spot everybody wrecked in tonight. Yeah, just gotta thank Lecky Gosh, Young, Harris, and Canfield, and Garth McDade, who didn't make it, like I said, and everybody else at KLR that makes it possible. Kevin, hope all is well with you. Get well soon. We'll see you back on track soon. This one was for you, bud. And yeah, my mom, dad, my sister, for all the support. And yeah, just going to these last couple races of the season. Just gotta. Oh, Simcraft, haven't thanked them much yet this season, but obviously run them on the rear end and the front end of the car. Huge support. Glad to be able to get the 22nd career win for them. And yeah, we'll just wrap it up there, I guess. Again, hopefully we can brush off the unluckiness that we had in Brands Hatch and sort of tonight, and go to Barcelona and Sonoma and try to get a pole finally and walk away with some wins to end the season off.
4 wins out of the last 5 races here in Scotland for you, my friend. Impressive run. Good win tonight. We'll see you next week in Barcelona.
All right, see you.
All right, Brian. I think points are done. Let's take a second look, actually, really quick at the results, and then take us through points and programming notes. I'm going to take a break.
Absolutely. I'll have to find where the results are because you threw me off.
Surprise.
Oh, no, Josh, look what you've done to me. I can't get rid of the interview button. I don't. Go away. Go away. There it goes. Kieran Lifflinder, Dallas DeBar, Jameson Leckenby, Carter Gosh, Matt Grove, Daryl Young, Kevin Garcia, Evan McFarlane, Jonathan Harris, and Darren Canfield, and Josh Darnell. 4 cars out in an 11-car field. That's a high attrition rate. Doing things out of order, I mean, it's throwing me off. Let's go to the points because it's crazy. There's a lot of movement. Like you said, this was Evan's drop week. His drop week, he got 27 points. Kieran on his drop week, 26. So they're still neck and neck there. If it ends up not being either of their drops weeks, those are the points they'll get. 27, 26. Evan McFarlane still leads with the 193 to 188. No movement between those two. Carter Gosh maintains P3 with 160 points. Josh Darnell, despite not finishing this race, up 2 positions, 135. Matt Lindy down 1 position, 134. Zach Goddard not showing up, moves him down 1 to 117. Dallas DeBart up 2. Daryl Young up 4. Jonathan Harris down 2. And Jameson Leckenby into the top 10 with 82 points. A lot of movement. Over in the teams championship, KLR Black Phantom back on top, I believe, with 300 points even. TWR Subi Squad 287. That gap is expand it just a little bit. Channel 199, 193, Control Z up 2 spots, taking over Aqua Storm and Slaypex Racing. Blue Thunder up 2, Team Dog up 4. That's not correct. JC Sim Sport and KLR Pink Fury are our top 10. Super Ford VW 205, 101, and 6.
You're forgetting something, Brian.
I'm not forgetting anything. I know where we're going. This Thursday, SimCar Porsche Cup Series, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, round 1 at Spa. That's going to be Josh Mertz and Alex Larson. Sunday Night Lights returns this Sunday with round 3 from Wayton. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same crew, Josh Mertz and Alex Larson. Then next week, back here, Josh Mertz and myself, NASA Rallycross Contenders and World Championship, 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Barcelona, second to last round. I'm not ready for that.
I can't believe we've got 2 weeks left.
I know, 2 weeks left. We're bouncing. The points are bouncing all over the place. There's no clear who's going to be on the final step of the podium for this. I think we got the first 2 sorted so far. It's just which order are they going to be in, and then the third one still feels wide open between at least 4 people.
It's phenomenal, and I'm gonna give myself some props. I did not once tonight mention about the farm system of how NASA Sim Racing until now, with when we had Rallycross Futures and Lights and Contenders in the World Championship, and the fact that, of course, Evan and Kieran, top of the board, best in the world. You've got these guys that are working their way up the ladder and fighting them and taking podiums when the other guys falter, and it's phenomenal to see. Instead of just, I love watching them, the same 2 guys over and over win. We've got some variety. We've got great talent in the works and already here, really, in NASA Sim Racing. And that third place battle, the World Championship lead could still flip. They could crash, both of them, in the last 2 races, and something completely different could happen. We never know. Give you a final thought. Actually, hold that thought. I will go do some final sponsor plugs, and we'll get some final thoughts. Just a reminder, the NASA Rallycross World Championship on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap, no matter the track, car, or series. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams, and thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for camera support all season, and also by former NASA Rallycross World Champion Alex Betty, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. If you like what you saw tonight, be sure to subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform at ASN TV USA. According to Brian, we might even be on the dark web. You ask him nicely, he'll give you that .onion domain. Apparently, we have 1,000 followers on Facebook that I forgot about. Didn't know that. Forgot. All kinds of stuff. That's cool. That's awesome. It's so exciting. ASNTVUSA.com if you'd like your content broadcasted. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone in 2026. Rallycross, Cross Car, Stage Rally, GT3, Porsche Cup. Who knows? Bring an idea to us. Let's see where it goes. NASASimRacing.com. I think now we are good for final thoughts, Mr. Sawyer. It's been a long day.
That was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Chaos at the end. So, Knockhill takes no prisoners. I said in the Discord afterwards, bloodbath, and that's exactly what it was. It usually is.
And something that I forgot about tonight was race number 300 over the last nearly 14 years of the NASA Rallycross World Championship.
I guess I should also mention something. No, this is the 13th birthday of the ASN TV USA YouTube channel.
Oh, look at that. I don't pay attention to any of, really?
YouTube sent me an email this morning.
Terrific. Well, listen, we're having a great time. Tonight was a bloodbath, a brawl, a war, whatever phrasing you want to use. And race number 300 goes to the reigning and defending NASA Rallycross World Championship, or World Champion. It's been such a long day. In terms of me, crazy race. The last 2 races are going to be wild. I've already really said it all, but I mean, who who can predict what's going to happen, Brian? Especially with third, the World Championship. Evan, again, having that technical failure on the wheel, the same thing that happened in Brands Hatch, I'd be fuming. I would rip that thing off the desk or the rig or whatever. I'd get something else.
You just got to know it's the limitation of your equipment. If it's happening there, it's something his wheel doesn't like doing. My wheel, for some reason on Daytona, it just doesn't like downshifting out of third in the dirt. Don't know why. It's just my cross to bear.
We will see if Evan can overcome that issue in the next couple weeks. The checkered flag falls on the evening here at Knockhill. On behalf of our entire production staff, my name is Josh Mertz. Thank you for joining us for tonight's coverage of the NASA Rallycross Challenge. Congratulations to our Contenders winner, Matt Grove, and Scottish Grand Prix winner, Kieran Lifflander, win number 22 for the South Carolinian tonight in Scotland. Be sure to join us Thursday for SimCar, Sunday for Sunday Night Lights, or next Monday for more NASA Rallycross from Barcelona in Spain. But until then, so long, everyone.